Hi, my name is Adekunle Gold. You can call me Tequila, and this is a conversation with Turntable. The journey of this album started like last year. I was on tour, but then one particular day I was in the studio. I was in a foul mood. Something happened that day. I don't remember exactly what, but somebody gave me a bottle of Patron, you know, and I had one shot of tequila, and I felt good. It was quite unusual for me because it was the first time I was the guy that had like cognac all the time, so I never really like drank tequila. So first experience, I thought it was I thought it was different, and then just something just came on. I just had like an epiphany. Like I think I should talk about this feeling. I feel like I should put this into music. This feeling. I needed to talk about it in the music in my songs. There and there, I decided I was going to call myself Tio Tequila. Tio means guy, uncle, Mister, and Tio is Spanish. So Tio Tequila. Then I thought, I didn't even have an idea for what the album was going to be. I just thought I was going to talk about the feeling, where I was, because it made me feel different. It made me happy. Like I felt very uplifted, and I wanted to describe that feeling, with the music that I was making. Every time I'm in the studio, I take tequila and just vibing, and then it just makes me feel good. And that experience is what I try to replicate in this album. I want people to feel, that feeling that I had when I took that one shot of tequila. And I came up with the name Tequila Ever After, basically just replace happily, with tequila. And I thought it was a brilliant idea, and yeah, that's how I came up with the name Tequila Ever After. It's my state of mind. It's where I am. It's my rhythm. It's my pop. It's happy. That's the feeling that I want people to get from this album. So I want people to feel the feeling I got from that one shot of tequila. I was in a different headspace. I've like come into myself, being Tio Tequila. You already know all the names I've called myself before now, but Tio Tequila is quite special. This is a level of my artistry that I've never been before. I want people to be on that journey with me. Working with KLP is crazy because I reached out to him like a long time ago, but we never got to work. It was just he sent me some beats and I never really like got into it. But then he sent me one much after, and then I kind of like that one. I'm like, yo, we should get in the studio. And I was always in LA, because I made most of this album in LA. So he happened to be in LA that time as well. So we came into the studio together. And our first session was so funny because I have my own system, how I make my music. If you're making the beats, if you're making the music in the studio, I do all my melodies. I'm so confident with my melodies. I know the range that I want, and I do all my yadi yadi da. I can do melodies for like 3 hours, just going on and on till I find the right one, Then I pick my melodies. Then we were making this song, beautiful music, and then I ran a lot of melodies, and it was time for me to pick. And this guy said, he listened to everything. He said, "Nah, I don't like it." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" First time, like, who are you to tell me you don't like it? Because I thought I had like great melodies in there. I'm like, but I just thought about it like, no, let me talk in my ego, relax. He might be onto something. Let me just listen. I said, okay, let's go again. Then I went in again. And this guy picked the best of melodies that even I agreed that, oh shit, he was right. And since then, we just built that chemistry. I've never trusted anybody to pick my melodies for me until KLP. Every time in the studio, I different ideas. I do all my runs and everything. I just let him do it. And for some reasons, he picked the best ones. And we became like so close because it's cool. and he's an amazing writer as well. Like he has ideas, and then he just gives me some, and every time in the studio, like we were in the studio for 1 week straight, and I think we had like 10 to 15 songs from just being in the studio for 1 week. I'm like, yeah, this is the kind of pace that I needed, because I like to take my time, making music. I don't like, but he has a way of like making me do a lot. Like one session we can come up with like 3 songs, and everything will just bang. I'm like, damn, where's this guy been all my life, So Kelpie, that's my guy. Is solid. And working with Zinoliski, the song Pattern of the Stop was done. I wrote the song in the studio already, with Kelpie, Dio, and another producer called Moro. And I knew the song was already fire. I knew this song was already like a banger. But then I was playing the songs with few friends, and first said, how about you put Zinoliski on this song? I'm like, that could be a good idea, And I played it for a couple of friends as well, and then they mentioned Zinoliski. I'm like, yeah, maybe that's a sign to reach out to this guy. I reached out to him. He came to the studio. We wrote this verse together, and when he jumped on it, I'm like, yeah, this song is already here. But when that boy came on it, he took it here. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a banger, and that's how I have it now. Everybody I featured on this album, I really wanted them to be on it. Huge shout out to Emefaku and Habib Koite on Chasing Peace of Mind. That one is special to me because I listened to Habib Koite growing up a lot. I don't know if you remember, if you had a laptop around 2002, 2003, 2004, and you had Windows XP, there were some songs that came with it already. Habib Koite was one of the songs on it. He's Malian, he plays the guitar, sings beautifully. If you know anything about Mali music, it's incredible. I fell in love with that man for a long time, and I always said when I grow up, when I do this thing big, I'm going to find this man and make music with him. So I reached out to him, made sure I got his contact, found him, and then we went to Mali with my team, and it was special making the song with him. This guy we almost didn't even get him to play the guitar that day, but I was able to convince him, and then we got on, and then he played beautiful, absolutely beautiful guitar on that song. And that moment, it felt like a dream come true for me, because just seeing how I manifested this man as a child, growing up, and then finally we got in the same space. He spoke to me about how he loves tequila as well, and it just felt like a great connection that needed to happen. And that's that. Of course, Simi and I, when we're in the studio, it's always beautiful. So I love the song with Simi, Look What You Made Me Do. And then the one with Khalid was beautiful as well. I wrote the song, and I knew that I needed him on it, and we made it happen. We got in the studio, it was fun. I wrote this verse there and there, had huge, a great vibe. Labyrinth was an incredible one for me as well. Labyrinth was, I feel like we spoke longer than we made music, in the studio. We talked about how, where we were mentally, and somehow he aligned, because he was talking about how people are just making anything, just music that don't really connect anymore and all that. I'm like, I feel the same way, bro. And then we talked about how we should dance to our own tune, and that's how we came up with To My Own, And one of the best one for me is Pharrell, Falling Up. I always said when I started working on this album that I wanted Pharrell on this album. I didn't even know what song. I had no idea what it was going to be, but I said I wanted him. And a huge shout to my team. They made it happen. Tunji made it happen, and it took a twist, because I was supposed to be in the studio with him, and I saw Now Rogers playing at the Grammys, this recent Grammys, and I took a picture of him. I sent it to Tunji, saying, I'm manifesting this man on my album. I don't know how, but it's going to happen. 4 days after, Tunji was on his way to Miami, and he saw him on the plane. It was like, yo, my boy wants to work with you. And I was like, yeah, he's going to pull up to the studio. And this man came into the studio with me and Pharrell working. And I'm like, what is my life? You know, this is it's beautiful. He came in, did this thing. And that song, Falling Up, is, nah, I don't even know. I don't think I have the right words for that song. It's I said to Pharrell, I said, if I decide not to make music anymore, this song, I feel like with this song I'm good for life. You know, it's that deep for me because and then there's Reaction, that I reach out to as well for Make It Easy. You know, everybody on this album, I wanted them to be. And most people, I manifested them. So this album is just as a series of manifestation for me. You know, I'm a firm believer of these words. We do, we allow ourselves to do as much as we want to do. You know, we go as much as we allow ourselves to go, and then we become what we allow ourselves to become. You know, I feel like people just need to, if you think it, you need to do it. That's my mantra for life. Like that's what keeps me. You know, I think that's like kind of like my center. You know, everything that I've thought about, I've done. You will be crazy to release a gold album. People are loving you, and like people are really feeling you. Like, oh, everybody's talking about how, oh, you're a breath of fresh air. You know, I don't change your sound, and that's when I decided to change it because why not? Like, you can't tell me what to do. It's my art. If I didn't bring you this stuff, you wouldn't fall in love with it. You liked it because I brought it. You know, so I kind of been like a rebel to, you know, all of these things. I just wanted to, every time that I've done something new, it's because I wanted to do it, and God has blessed me to excel at it. You know, so it's important for me to grow. It's important for people to grow. I think I just don't know how anybody can do the same thing all over again. It's kind of insane to me, you know. So, I mean, that's me. So yeah, it's important for me to grow, and I just always embrace it. I don't even know where I'm going next with this after Tequila or whatever, you know. But if I think it, best believe I'm doing it. It's I think it's phases. It's different roles, you know. If you're liking me as an actor, you know, I don't take the same role in every movie, in any movie, you know. So with Adekunle, with Gold album, I was just Adekunle Gold. I'm still Adekunle Gold, you know, but I didn't pick up any persona there. But with Afropop, I knew that I needed something different, no pun intended, you know. And that birthed the era of AG Baby, you know. Then Bad Boy Dex was Catch Me If You Can, another movie, another role. And then Tequila ever after, of course, needed a new persona, you know. So it's just like I said, think of me as an actor. I've featured like in four movies now, five right, actually, and then five different roles. What is it like working with Simi? It's always beautiful. Like Simi and I have like been in the studio for songs that never even made it like to, you know, out. Probably for some projects and all, but it's and every time we feel like damn, like we're really good, you know, together. It's when she mixed the gold album, mastered the gold album. About 30 she mixed some, you know. That was another way that we enjoyed working with each other. Then I learned how to record myself, and I became impatient. I don't have time for anybody to record me anymore, so we kind of stopped working there. But one thing that I do is I tell people like, Simi is my first A&R. Every song I write in the studio, I send to her, you know, just to get the vibe, because Simi is a crazy songwriter that I feel like everybody knows, but we don't talk about it enough, right? I don't know how many people will write like kind of like 10 songs on one beat. Me, once I write a song on a beat, I'm done. There's no point. Simi will like go again. I'm like, wait, why? And it's different songs. It's crazy. Our range is insane. Songwriter that I rate in this world, like she's of course top 5 for me. She's incredible. So having somebody like that at my beck and call is a huge blessing for me. So and then she helps me get better. Of course, she tells me, I think you're past that now. You're past such lyric now. I think you can, okay, if since you're claiming bad boy, you can make it spicier than that. She tells me things like that. I'm like, yeah, that's what I need. She's never been a yes person for me, and that's one of the things that I really respect. And I'm privileged to be able to correct a Simi song. Because when she writes, it's just like, okay, what am I going to say? Before I used to struggle with that because I'm like, what am I going to say? But I've gotten so good as well. So I'm like, oh, no, I don't like that. I think that can be better. And then I write with her now, on the songs that will be on the next album, So it's beautiful to have somebody that's that crazy, at this craft on my side. It's a blessing. It's crazy. You have to give it to Olamide. Olamide has great ears. You have to give it to him. He's good. He knows the right talent, So I mean, it's no surprise that YBNL still produces like you said. So it feels good, and I'm so happy for everybody that's is going through the label and then seeing the successes that everybody's having. It's a beautiful feeling. I feel good about that. It's a great feeling, man. And I'm glad that I am doing different because I don't even know how. Sometimes I don't know how to place what I offer. The sound that I offer. But I'm just really glad that I'm doing it way different. And I'm like, you can call all of these names, but then you have to mention my name as well. So, but I'm generally happy for the success of Afrobeat. I feel like we're not even there yet. There's so much to achieve. Growing up, we grew up to listen to foreign music on the radio. You know, that's what we listen to on the TV. That's what we watch on the TV videos, and then even on our CD players and all that. That's what we had. To seeing Afrobeat being the only thing that we listen to now. It's crazy. Being the only thing that everybody listens to, and then and seeing how we are selling out arenas, you know, like breaking the Billboard charts and all that. It's a beautiful feeling. That would like it would never be. I will never like lose that joy. It's such a great feeling. Like I still remember being like number 3 on the Billboard right now. I'm like, damn, this is huge. Like it's a crazy feeling, and I'm grateful that I'm particularly grateful for the people that made it possible. A huge shout to the people that have done it before us. The King Sunny Ade, the Ebenezer Obey, Fela, Brachimize, Olusadebe, and down to the Two-Face era, LD, huge part, Banky W, The Band, Nice, and of course the Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy, Adekunle Gold, and yeah, and everybody that's making, putting the genre on the map. It's a beautiful thing to see, and I'm particularly looking forward to where we take this. I'm paying homage to the people that did it best before me. People that I listened to growing up. King Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, Kwamwan, the ultimate, the Jadu sisters. Every time I think about people that have these people worked so we can fly, So it's and I never take it for granted. I just think about the sacrifices, that they made, and I'm always grateful that that he did it before us. Now that this album is out, I hope first of all that you experience it for yourself. Don't listen to any fucking pundits telling you shit about what you should do. You know, find it for yourself. This album is the album of the year, and I say that boldly. Is the best thing you listen to in a while. Experience it for yourself. You know, I feel like you need to digest it, and I hope that you feel the same way I felt making this music. You know, like I said, Tequila Ever After is a metaphor for where I am right now. You know, it's happy, it's my R&B, it's my pop, and it's my reality right now. You know, so yeah, listen to it, tell people about it, carry it on your head, you know, and enjoy.